Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Normally we talk about one product here on the channel and show it from every side and go into the detail from all angles, and sometimes we even disassemble it. But today we make something different. Today we will show you a little, or give you a little bit buying guide or an overview about the Plaud product family. And that starts with the classic Plaud Note, their Plaud NotePin, and the newest Plaud NotePro. And so I won't go into detail what these things basically do, so the AI voice assistant transcription stuff. I will go into detail about every one of these and compare them with each other. So if you know already that you want that nice Plaud experience but are not quite sure which one of those three to get, then this video is definitely for you. And I say, let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into it.
Alright, let's start with Plaud's first product line, and like I said, I won't go too deep into the Plaud Note or the NotePin here. We actually have a separate video on the channel all about the NotePin, so if you want a deep dive on that product, check it out. It's all there, but today we are here to compare those products and see how they stack up against each other. And of course, the first thing you notice, completely different form factors. The Plaud Note sits comfortably in a leather case and attaches to the back of your smartphone using MagSafe or magnetic ring. You can also use a magnetic ring that is provided in the box. Meanwhile, the NotePin comes in this small, almost cute capsule style design, and because of that, it works with a bunch of Plaud accessories, like the wristband or the option to wear it around your neck like a lanyard. But alright, I'm getting ahead of myself because all of that is optional. In the box you actually get two mounting options, a magnetic clip so you can attach it to your clothing, and a regular clip. Both feel super high quality and work great in everyday use. So technically the two devices aren't that far apart. The NotePin weighs around 22 grams, so it's about 7 grams lighter than its bigger brother, the Plaud Note. That's probably because the Note has a larger battery with 400 milliamp hours against the pin's 270 milliamp hours. And you can feel that in battery life. So the Note can record continuously up to 30 hours, while the NotePin manages around 20 hours. Standby time is also shorter on the pin, so we have 40 days on the pin and 60 days on the classic Note version. Storage, on the other hand, is the same on both devices, 64 gigabytes, and both claim a recording range of 2 to 3 meters. But one thing only the Note version can do, and the NotePro, which we'll see later, is record phone calls without using speaker mode. So you can record the other person on the phone, not only you. The NotePin simply doesn't have the vibration conduction sensor needed for that, so which makes totally sense, because the pin isn't attached to your phone. It's usually clipped somewhere on your cloth or lying around elsewhere. But now we have this Pro model, the Plaud Note Pro, which hasn't made an appearance on our channel, so we'll take a closer look, a quick closer look, not that much in detail as you maybe are used to it, because we want basically give a buying guide here, so which model you should get if you need, that fits you and your working day or your daily life or your use case the best. So just take a quick look here. We have some paper, some quick start guide, of course the beautiful sleek Plaud Note Pro. We also have this sleek magnetic case, and very important for non-iPhone users, or also some Android phones already have this magnet-safe like magnets built in, but not all. And for that you also get here that sleek little magnet you put on the back of your phone. I will show you in a second. Let's see, what else do we have here? The charging cable, which looks, it's just, I love it that they have this fabric around the cable, so it feels way more premium. I know some people complain that it's not a USB-C port on that side, but to be honest, let's look how sleek that devices. So only options would be you have a charging station or this kind of cable. So some of you will be used from some smartwatches have similar cables, but no big deal for me. But of course you need that cable in reach if you want to charge the Plaud Note Pro or the normal non-pro version. So that's it, what is in the box. Let's take a closer look at the Plaud Note, get it out there. Those are really well-built devices. And you can see here button, maybe also the display comes through, but behind the glossy surface there's a display visible, very sleek. And for a comparison, here we have the non-pro version of the Plaud. So what's the big deal about the Pro? So Plaud itself states the Pro version to the non-Pro version is like if you compare an iPhone, a normal a 16, 17 to a Pro model. So basically, more or less, you get the same, but you have here some advanced Pro models not everyone will need. So we have a little bit more affordable option here, the basic Note version and the really their high-end flagship version as the Pro version. Of course, it looks more sleek. They claim it's more business-like. I think it's up to you. What do you think is more business-like? If you're working in a steel industry, I think that's more business-like. If you're working in any other field, maybe this is more business-like, but that's subjective. Of course, the design is a little bit different. You have here, the structure is also different. This feels more, yeah, it has a more, I would call it even more premium feel to it. It feels more complex to produce than the pattern on this device. And from a technical standpoint, you have also the more premium features, the more pro features in the Pro model, of course. So as you heard earlier, we have here 30 hours of continuous recording time. And here we get a whopping 50 hours of recording time. The standby time, on the other hand, is the same. So 60 days of standby on both of these devices. Then of course they also worked on other features, like they now have 4 microphones built in. I'm not sure if they are well visible also. We can see here the first version, the Note, only has 2 microphones and they are here on the top. Nowhere else, no opening here, nothing. The Note Pro, on the other hand, you can see here an opening, so they moved the microphones to the side. And we also have some microphones on the bottom.
But why should you care 2, 4, 6, 60 microphones? What's the difference between those two in the field? So those 4 microphones make it possible that the pickup range from the Plaud NotePro is even bigger, so it can cover a wider room, a bigger room with more people in it. And also it has some advanced separation methods that can separate different speakers in that whole room. So
the 4 microphones combined with some smart software tuning deliver noticeable better results, especially in larger rooms or group settings. And since I didn't had the chance to test the Pro model earlier, I ran some tests in our office and it performs just as I expected it from Plaud. Flawlessly, you get a clear summary, mind maps, to-do list, next steps, everything you want after a meeting. And the software experience is identical across all devices, so you can pick your hardware without worrying about any feature limitations. Of course, the elephant in the room is the paywall, the monthly subscription service you need to unlock all the features or to have unlimited resources to transcribe. But to be honest, you get 303 minutes every month to transcribe and summary. I think that's more than enough for most people. Of course, if you're a power user, then you need the subscription. But to be honest, then you don't care about the monthly fee, I guess.
So here you've got your next little advice. So if you are mostly transcribing on your own, then you're probably good with a non-Pro version. Bigger room, more people, Pro version. But it doesn't stop there, because we know that these devices can record phone calls, not only your voice, also the voice of the other person talking to you. And that's possible through a vibration conduction sensor in those little devices, and they recognize the vibration. So maybe some of you out there will know audio is basically a vibration in the air, and microphones capture that. Here, this works through the vibration of the material of your phone. On the Note, you have to flip that switch on the front of the device and you are ready to go into that mode. The Note Pro, on the other hand, you don't have to flip any switches. It will automatically detect that you are on the phone and there is some vibration on the phone going on. I guess and we'll use that conduction sensor for the voice recording of the other person. So that's pretty convenient, and it also brings us to the small display we have here, because of course the Note doesn't have any display, just this one button and the switch. And here we also got a display that shows you basically how much battery is left, which mode we are in, and if you're recording right now and if you recognized your inputs correctly. So it's a neat little good looking AMOLED display. Quite cool.
So let's take a look at every one of them side by side. And I think I will make an insert here so it's easier for you to really compare. So you can see, of course, display is only available on the Note Pro to have the best overview what your device is doing right now. So you have a little index and also can see easily the battery life of your devices. Microphone wise, of course, you heard it. It is the most advanced array of microphones, including the conduction sensor inside to record your calls. And recording modes, on the other hand, you have here on the Pro version the dual smart mode, so it can automatically detect if you are on your phone and will record accordingly. On the Plaud Note, you have to change that mode manually with the switch on the device. And of course, on the Plaud NotePin, you can only make the notes mode because there's no sensor to record phone calls or something like that. Then you have the recording distance, that's basically the same on the Note and the NotePin, and is of course, because of the bigger microphone array, bigger on the Note Pro. Also, battery wise, way above everything is the Note Pro version with its 50 hours of continuous recording time. Unbelievable performance. Standby time, on the other hand, is basically the same on the Note and the Note Pro, only the NotePin has a little less battery. Price wise, you can also see that's the MSRP, changes all the time, but you can see the Pro is slightly more expensive here, something around $20, no, exactly $20. So it's not a big step up from the Note to the NotePin. Beside of that, what are not listed here, Note Pro supports dual Wi-Fi, so you have faster transfer speeds, but to be honest, that was never a concern of mine. And I think I even mentioned it more than once that the biggest difference between those devices is the different design approach. So the Note and the Note Pro that sits on the back of your phone, and the pin that is around your neck or wrist or on your cloth, whatever you want. And personally, I also like the visibility, that this is more visible when you are in a meeting or sitting in a room with other people and have that thing around your neck. People see that you have the device and maybe ask if I'm recording right now. So I can assure you, no, I'm not recording right now. And on the other hand, so, oh yeah, I wanted to record that meeting. Let me record that. On the other hand, if I have it on the back of my phone, I forget about it and it lies anywhere and someone asks, so, are you recording that meeting right now? And so, oh, no, trust me, would never do that. So I like that it's more visible and therefore somehow more trustworthy, I would say. And that connects nicely to the topic of trust, because Plaud really puts a lot of effort into protecting user data and meets a whole bunch of different privacy standards from all around the world. I'll just throw them up on the screen here because there's no way I'm remembering all of these, and that's regardless of the model. So they meet these standards anyway. So you don't have to be afraid that one device is protecting your privacy less than the other. So be assured, one standard for all devices.
And that's about it from my side about the Plaud product family. And to be honest, which one you should get, you have to decide that. I think the most easy to rule out or in is the NotePin. If you are like me, basically not the biggest fan of the let's wear it on the back of your phone design, then of course the NotePin is your way to go. But on the other hand, if you have those needs, those extended battery life and also the coverage of a wider room, then you have to go into this direction here. And between those two, you heard it in the video, the differences are not miles away. So I think they see it a little bit like the normal iPhone and the iPhone Pro or Max or whatever. So you have basically, for most of the people, everything in the basic Note package. And if you want to go high end and just want to have the feeling that it won't get better than this, then you have the Pro version. On the other hand, there's not such a big difference even in price between those products. So I think personally, if I would need it in my daily life, and it's a production tool. So basically you think also in different numbers. When I need it for my work, I'm more willing to spend a little bit extra dollar. And I would definitely think go with the Pro, because those few bucks to know that I have the best recording tool in my pocket and I don't have to worry. But as said, personally, it's a personal decision and what you need. I'm a big fan of that design. If you need the best performance, of course, the Pro version is the way to go. But if you want to transcribe text, you speak into the device, or you have just meetings with one or two other persons, then the Note is fine. So it's up to you. And of course, you will find a link to the product page to each of these products in the description below. And if you have any more questions about those products, just drop us a comment below. And yeah, if you liked that video as much as I liked Plaud's product family, because I think they really nailed that whole topic about AI transcribing and voice recorders thing in terms of design and convenience very well. So I like that very much. And if you like that video as much, give it a thumbs up, follow the channel so we can hopefully see each other next time. And so long, I wish you a beautiful and perfectly transcribed day. And I say bye-bye.